Hi guys, and welcome to Paint with Mark. I thought today we'd paint a nice little simple beginner picture. So with that said, let's go on with the colours that we're going to be using today. So the colours I'm going to be using today are, on my palette, hopefully you can see that, are titanium white, phthalo blue, ivory black, cadmium yellow. I've got a little bit of red, black. That's all we need. So I'm going to put that across there. And the brushes, selection of brushes I'm going to be using today are flat brush, 1/2 inch flat brush, little round brush, a little flat brush, little stubby brush, and I've got an inch flat brush. I've got a little bit of thinners in a pot, and I've got a 16 by 12 inch board, a bit of board, and I've primed it with a little bit of primer, household primer. What we got here, this is just quick dry primer and undercoat. So I've gone over that, and that's it. So this is the picture that we're going to do today, and I thought we were a nice simple one. We have a nice blue sky, some clouds, a little bit of beach and some sun and some sand, something like that. So with that said, I hope you get all your tools guys and follow along. Just a quick little demo for you. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put some sky in and go into my palette. I'm going to get a little bit of, just a little bit of thinners on my brush, and I'm going to get some little bit of phthalo blue, put it down here, and I'm going to go into some, I've got some dirty white up here, so I'm going to put some dirty white and have it sort of like a soft bluey, go a little bit darker than that I think. Yep, a nice light colour. So I'm going to start at the top, I'm going to work down, so I'll bring it down to around here somewhere, and I'm just going to do crisscross strokes just across here, just running it across the surface. Again, this is a nice simple picture for all you guys to do at home. Those of you who are beginners, complete beginners, this is a nice easy picture to do. So again, I'm just doing little crisscross strokes, and over this side I'm just going to pick up my palette. I'm just going to get a little bit more white, put a little bit more white into there, and over this side just to get it a little bit lighter over to this side. And all I'm doing is I'm just doing like these little crisscross strokes as I come down, and I blend it into the blue there, and then I'm going to go all the way across. So hopefully you can see on the video it's slightly darker than up this side, and I'm just going to vary it a little bit really, to be honest with you. So I'm just going to get my corner of my brush into some more paint, a little bit more white, put that in there. So as I come down, it's just going to get progressively lighter. So I'll add that into there. As I said, as I come down, I'm just going to come across, blend this in. And the mixture is sort of not too thin. But obviously it needs to be thin enough for it to spread across the canvas. If it's too thick it will struggle. If you're doing yours on canvas board or a canvas, you may need to double prime your canvas. So I'm just going into a bit more blue, a bit more white. And I come down here, so about around this area here I think, something like that. Again, I'm just going to go across. I might use a bigger brush in a minute just across the whole lot, but it's gradually coming down in colour is what I'm looking for. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little bit of red. So I'm going to add a little bit of red and put that into that colour with a little bit of blue. And it's become a sort of purpley colour. Get some white as well into there. All red. Mix those together. So it's a sort of nice sort of purple colour. I'm just going to run it's a bit dark, so I'm just going to get a bit of white, a little bit of thinners, so mix it in with it. Still a bit dark, so I'm just going to add a bit more white onto there. Yeah, I try to get it so it's like a dark, as you come there's a dark sort of cloud happening. And add a bit more white into there as well. So I'm just going to mix that in. Just got like a dark piece across the sky here. Oh, just going to add a bit more of this alizarin crimson in with this mix. Add a bit more white with that, and I'm actually mixing it onto the actual canvas itself. It's still wet, we can mix all these in. Work up, and I'm going to get my blue that we used earlier on. So I'm using the blue and I'm bringing that down into this mix. Just a little bit, it's a sort of blending together. And I'm going to get the bigger brush, my 1-inch brush, a bit of thinners, and I'm just going to blend all this in with this big brush. Just going to wipe that for 1 second. Just going to wipe my brush. Get rid of the excess paint, and I'm going into this very lightly now. I'm just going to take this over this just so it lightly blends upwards. Taking it up. So this is just sort of gradually darkening this up as I take this up into the blue. Just lifting it up. I don't want to lose all of it, I just want this graduation of the colour going. That'll do nicely. Okay, and then I'm just going to go across backwards and forwards. Across the whole canvas. Obviously going to put clouds and things, but this just sort of makes it a sort of stormy sort of sky. Okay, I'm going to come down a bit lower. Just wipe my brush. And down here I want to make this a nice sort of brightly red colour. So I'm just going to squeeze my brush off. So going to get a little bit thinner on the corner of my brush, wipe the excess off, and have a nice bit of red. So I'm going to pull down some red and a little bit of yellow and mix those together. Nice little bit of yellow. So a sort of nice orangey. I'm going to pick a bit of fresh white up, put that on there. So it's an orangey red colour. And I'm going to put that across. down here. So it's a lovely bright orange coming across here. I'm just going to take a little bit up, a little bit higher, just doing little crisscross strokes, blending it in. And I'm just going to do sort of like a faint line coming across here, like so. So it's just an imaginary line. And I'm just going to take this up. And I'm just going to do like circular movements. I'm just going to spin this around in with the dark mix. So it's just sort of fading in here and there, just a little tiny bit, fading that in, and I'm just going to go very lightly backwards and forwards over the whole lot. Okay, and down here I'm going to add a little bit of blue, some light blue. So I'm going to get my brush and go into this blue that we had earlier on with some white. I'm just going to put that across at an angle, probably from about here, I think, about this sort of thing, about there, that sort of an angle, going across that sort of an angle. And we're just going to fill all this in. Okay, sort of straight line across, like a sort of horizon line. Just filling this in. You can put masking tape across if you want to, if you want it perfect, a straight line. Now sometimes it's easier to put a little bit of masking tape up here. But I'm just trying to do a nice quick demo for you. Something that you can just pick your brush up and just have a quick go at yourself. Just brushing this across very lightly. Like so. So that's a water there. I'll just make that a little bit straighter at this edge here. Okay, when you do yours, you've got more time to get it done. Okay, the next bit we're going to do, we're going to come down into here and create a sort of a grey, sort of white, sort of sand finish. So I'll go into my thinners. I'll just wipe I'll go into my thinners and just wipe my brush with a little bit of tissue, bit of cloth, and I'm going to go into pick a little bit of thinners up again. I'm going to go into some white, and I'm just going to get a little bit, because my brush has already got a little bit of a blue on there, so it can have a very sort of light tinge of blue. I may just get a little touch, a very small amount of black, so it just dulls it just a touch. Okay, we'll give that a go and we'll see what that looks like. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So it's a nice sort of grey colour. We'll take that across. So this will act as our nice sand on our beach. Okay, I hope you enjoy my little video tutorials, guys. If you do, I appreciate if you like, subscribe and hit the bell button and share it along to anyone you think might like to have a go at learning to paint. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, we're having a go. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna create like a perfect straight edge, so I'm gonna go over it here and then. It doesn't matter, so when you're doing this, doesn't matter if your line's not perfect, we're going to come up and down. Just wiggle it a little bit. We don't want like a perfect straight edge. And like I said, if it's picking up a little bit of the blue, that's fine. It'll bring a little bit of shade into the picture itself. I'll come over this way. Wiggle us around, like I said, just so it creates this nice sand effect. Obviously we're going to put some more colours and that in there. We're going to add some more to the sky, but the reason you just going to get this in because that's allowing that to dry now, so we can then go back in and put some colours in there, some nice bright colours. So, and I had some lighter blues in there and some clouds and so on. So first thing I'm going to do, in fact what I think I might do is just lighten this up a little bit, some of this sky up here. So while we got this going, we can add in, we've got this colour, this beachy colour. I'm just going to get a little bit of blue and add a little bit of blue with it. So we've got this colour, and I'm going to take some of that and create the clouds with that colour. So we've got some dark clouds and I have some light clouds. So basically I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to do little swirly movements. As you know, we do just sort of these swirly movements. We can use this brush, or you can use a smaller brush. It's entirely up to you. So I've just put some dark on there for the moment, and I'm going to go back into this colour that we used, and I'm going to add some lighter pieces underneath. Okay, and then I'm going to put some on top, this dark. Okay, so you've got like a three-dimensional effect. And over here, just do a swirl. And I'm going to go back into some more colour to make it brighter. Just literally just doing a swirly movement. I'll do a little one here. Just going to swirl a bit on here. And maybe this one comes a bit down here. Little swirly movements. Now, what I tend to do is get a dry brush, and using the corner of the brush, just tap the bases of these clouds. So I'm just tapping the base of these clouds. I'm leaving the tops. I'm just literally tapping the bases of these and just moving the colour about. Moving the colour about. I'm going to blend this light into the dark slightly. I'm just trying to leave some of the tops. Again, I'm just moving the colour around. And then when I've done that, I will just swirl them up slightly, very lightly, here and there, brush them up, and then I will very lightly go across just to set them down on the picture. So I think I'll do another one up here, just a little bit. and I'm going to do another bit inside of there. Again, I'm just going to, these ones are just going to set them back. And again, it's a good time to set back and have a look at your picture and to see what you've got. Now, if you don't think that it's bright, you know, it's not bright enough for you, you go into some light colour. Say we're going to highlight this one up here, and again on the edge, just the very edge, little swirl movements, create highlight. But I will always blend the bottom slightly so it's not too bright. On this picture not too bright, and then very lightly I can brush across and just set it back a bit. And again, if you wanted to create a three-dimensional thing, so you've got a cloud in front of another cloud, you pick up some more white, and just below it you can create another few little pieces, circles. Again, using the corner of the brush, just tapping, and then I'll just lightly blend across. So I could say that the light shining across in that way. So they would all these ones here, the top of this would have some light, and the top of this would have light. Okay, so very lightly just brush that across. I might just take out the side here, so this is joined up. This one here is all coming across there, very lightly. So that creates like different depths in the picture. So that's that piece done. So I'm going to create a nice bright piece here, and I think I'll do that with a little round brush, and I'll go into some cadmium yellow. Get some cadmium yellow, and all I'm going to do is just around here is just do a circle like so, and then with that circle I'm just going to very lightly do little lines, little tiny lines, backwards and forwards, to create like a haze on the water. I'm doing just backwards and forwards strokes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just go into our orangey colour. I'll pick up some orange. I'm just going to add that in there as well. So add that on top of the yellow, just to create like a reflection across the water, like so. Okay, now on this water, we don't want it too sharp and heavy. It's a very soft water. So I'm just going to get a fat brush. I'm going to get some of this colour. I'm just going to, I'll show you on a brush very lightly. I'm just going to pull it, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of dark, because we don't want it to be too bright. So and in between, we don't. This is obviously really dark, so we want it just a few, a little tone smaller. I'm just going to create a little bit of movement on there, and again I'm just going to create little rocking movements, and very small rocking movements all across this. Again, hopefully you can see it on the video there, hopefully. This is very small rocking movements, backwards and forwards, going all the way along. And what it is you're getting like troughs of lights and darks. That's what we're looking for because I don't want to create too much. It's a very sort of still water. So just backwards and forwards, rocking movements. Yeah. I may just add a little bit lighter, go into a little bit lighter, just in a couple of places, just perhaps along here. Just going to get a little bit of movement, or a little bit of soft light colour here, just here and there, just touching the brush with this lighter colour very softly and very delicately, again because I don't want too much. I don't want it to stand out too much, so I just want it soft, just a few places, just so you can see that there is movement on the water. So I think that's going to be enough. We don't want too much on there. So I think that'll do, and I'm just going to brush a little bit of this over this here, just to diffuse it a little bit. I may even get my brush sideways and just take this across, just to diffuse it a little bit, because it was too much of a line, so I'm just diffuse it. And I also just very lightly, I'm just going to do this over my sun. So just to tone it back a little bit, just a little bit. I think it was just a bit too much. Okay, so now I'm going to put some little bits and pieces on the sand. So I'm using my little round brush, and I'm going to get some black, go into some black, and just here and there I'm going to do lots of dots. It's like you've got bits of rocks and stones and bits and pieces all on this beach. So literally I'm just going to do loads of these little dots everywhere, just bits and pieces, but very pushing harder and lighter. Lots and lots of these bits and pieces. I'm going to put a lot around here, just to create, as if there's lots of bits and pieces and areas of, like, it could be seaweed, it could be stones, it could be rocks. And all I'm doing, I'm just literally just touching the canvas, and I may do a couple of dots together, but mainly there's just a few dots here and there where you've got these rocks and pebbles and bits and pieces. And I'm going to go over this and just at the edge here do smaller ones. You'll see what I'm doing in a moment. Bits and pieces. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use the big brush, wipe it first, give it a good wipe, and very lightly, with hardly any pressure, I'm just going to very lightly brush over this, just to diffuse them a little bit. So just diffusing very lightly. Now if your paint's really wet, then obviously you're going to get problems. It's going to spread everywhere. But you may want to wait for it to dry a little bit before you do this step. Just brush over it. Okay. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to put in a nice sort of tree on its own coming up here. I think I'll use the little round brush, this round brush, and I'm going to go into some black, this just jet black. Yeah, and I'm going to come up from here, come up, give it a curl up here, a little bit of thinners I think, just to make it spin a bit better. So from here it's going to come up, I'm going to curl it there, it'd be nice. A little bit more thinners, and I'm just spinning the brush round, turning it round and round, and I'm going to take this up. Okay, now I'm going to get my liner brush just to make it a little bit thinner. Go into some thinners, and I go using the black, spin it around, and from there I'm just going to start adding some branches, very thin, whispery branches that are coming off. Very thin, whispery bits and pieces. This way. This one, take this one up. Okay, and I'm just doing these very whispery, thin lines for a moment. Some more colour, a little bit thinner. And then add a few more limbs coming out. More colour. Should take it a bit higher, I think. So with these colours, with this dark tree, it really makes it stand out. That's what I'm looking for. Really gives it good sort of contrast. Again, you can put as many or as little of these branches as you wish, obviously, on yours. Just building it up. And again, I'll take a few in front of the other ones to make it, again, to make it look more realistic. So when you do these, obviously you could pull some of these and take them up in front of the other ones, so it just it's creating more depth in your picture. So again, nice wispy. Let's put a big darker one in there, I think. Got another one here, nice dark main piece coming out. And again, just make sure that they're very whispery at the ends, so it just gives you that desired effect. Take this down a little bit lower. And over here I think I have some sort of little bush coming in the side across here. So I'm going to get my little soft round brush and I just dip it into some black with a little bit thinner, and I'm just literally going to tap this in from the side, down, coming from the side there, a little bit down there, and I may put a little little one there, just a little bit of foliage there, and I think I'll do a little bit of foliage just down there. And then with this one I'm just going to do a couple of little lines coming down from there bits and pieces come out of there. Okay guys, I think we have a finished picture, and I hope you've enjoyed this little quick tutorial. Shows you a few little techniques, and I hope you have a go. So it's Mark Terrell signing off, and I'll see you on the next video.